Heyo, Cherry here, and welcome back to my channel. I've been trying to draw every day for the past couple months, and while that might not be the most impressive length of time for a video topic like this, prior to that I was drawing incredibly inconsistently, sometimes going months or even years without drawing anything. So changing from very, very little drawing to extremely consistent drawing every day was a big change for me. So if you're someone like me, who's incredibly unmotivated and perfectionistic and depressed and all sorts of other issues, I think I might have a couple tips for you if you also want to draw every day. Before we get into that though, I want to briefly mention the thing I'm drawing in the background. It's some Splatoon fan art that I never actually finished. I wanted to do a bit of a sunrise color and light study inspired by a Splatoon song that had recently come out, but I spent so long on the sketch that I just skipped line art and didn't do great on the colors. So I thought I'd actually go back and finish it up. The first tip I have for anyone wanting to draw every day is to not draw a finished piece of art every single day. I know that sounds counterintuitive, like I'm saying you can't draw every day if you want to draw every day. But what I mean more is to not put pressure on yourself to create polished, finished artworks every day. I did a good bit of research before jumping into this challenge, and every single person I saw who talked about failing to draw every day was trying to push themselves to draw nice finished art pieces every day, or as often as they could. And so I took away from that I shouldn't push myself that hard. If I wanted to draw more frequently, I needed to be alright with doing thumbnails and sketches some days, doing studies other days, and not finishing a nice looking piece of art every day. My second tip for drawing every day would be to set a goal for yourself. Why are you drawing every day? People will say that drawing every day is a great way to improve your art, but I've also heard that drawing every day aimlessly won't actually help you get better. You need to have a reason, a goal, and a plan for drawing every day to actually get any results out of it. For me, my goal in drawing every day, at least for right now, is to develop a habit of drawing every day, to develop consistency, and to develop art stamina. Because I would like to make a comic one day, and I will need those three things to be able to put out webcomic pages on ideally a weekly basis. My consistency and art stamina have not been great in the past, and this exercise has really helped me improve that. Setting a goal similar to this will also help you. It'll help you figure out if you need to work on more studies, or if you want to just do more fan art and don't really care about getting better, or if you need to go all the way back to things like line and shape and the very base fundamentals of drawing. Setting a goal and a motivation for yourself will help you come up with things and have a reason to draw every day instead of just wanting to draw every day. Tip number 3, be flexible. So you have a goal that you want to draw 15 minutes every single day. And then one day, you have to go to school, or you have to go to work, or you have to see family, or you agreed to meet up with friends and you end up spending all day with them, or maybe you're just really seriously depressed and can't get out of bed that day. And suddenly, it's 11:59 and you haven't drawn anything that day. What do? Well, if you're me, you draw a glorified stick figure in your sketchbook and call it a night. I know myself, and I know that if I fail to draw even a little bit one day, the failure is going to crush me, and it's going to really impact my ability to draw at all, because I'm an incredibly extreme perfectionist. And while I've worked really hard on that, I know that there are some things that if I don't do, I won't be able to continue. So I let myself be a little flexible with my goals. Yes, I would like to be doing studies more often, but if I'm having a really bad week, and all I can do is just draw a little bit in a sketchbook page every day, then at the end of the week, I can look at that sketchbook page and go, I drew every single day this week, even though I was feeling like utter shit. And that's a good thing, because your ultimate goal is still to draw every single day. So if you can be flexible with your goals and forgive yourself for not meeting those goals, it might be able to help you keep with drawing every day. This next tip sort of goes along with the previous one, and it's to draw bad art on purpose. This is mostly for my perfectionists like me, where you wake up one day and you know that today is just not going to be a good art day, and you just know that anything you make is going to turn out terribly, and it's really demotivating you to draw. when I have one of those days, I just do some bad art on purpose. I draw something and I think the quality of this doesn't matter. The fact that it exists is what matters. I don't ever post these sort of bad drawings anywhere, like on any social media. I rarely even share them on Discord, but I always do try to draw it, and whenever I draw it, sometimes it turns out bad, sometimes it turns better than expected. But being able to draw bad art and then the next day draw good art helps my motivation and helps me understand that even if I have bad days, I can still make art that I'm proud of. So if you're trying to draw every day and you have one of those days where you know everything's going to turn out terrible no matter how hard you try, I say try your hardest to do something terrible looking. And tip number 5 is to be honest with yourself. Maybe you try to say that you want to improve your art, but you don't actually want to do any of the things that make your art better. You don't want to do studies, you don't want to learn the fundamentals, you just want to draw anime art. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with not wanting to get better at things. You can just enjoy doing things, no matter how good or bad you are at it. Or maybe you say you want to draw for 30 minutes every day, and then you get into your real life and you barely have 5 minutes to draw. Be honest with yourself and admit that you can only draw for like a few minutes every day. That's fine. And maybe you try to draw every single day and you don't put pressure on yourself, and you're flexible and forgiving and you're willing to draw bad art, but you just can't seem to stick with it despite everything. Then be honest with yourself and say you can't draw every day. It's not a failure. You're just learning more about your art process. There's no shame in not being able to meet your goals, and the only thing you really need to do is be honest about the goals you're not meeting. Being honest with yourself and being willing to change your approach and your goals will help you draw better, and it will hopefully help you draw every day a little bit longer. I've done all 5 of these things, and I've been able to draw for almost 2 months at this point. It's gonna be like 2 months and 3 days. I am going to be making a bigger update for how my drawing everyday journey has gone when I hit day 100 in early February. So if you want to see that, then go ahead and subscribe and ring the bell. And let me know if you're trying to draw every day in the comments, or if that's your New Year's resolution, or if you've tried to and it didn't work and why that is. Just your general thoughts about trying to draw every day. I would love to hear it. And I think that's it for today. I've been Cherry, and I'll see you next time.